Oh, let me just say, if you have a strap, maybe have that handy, or any kind of strap-like object. It's not mandatory. It's just kind of more of like a handy prop. So if you don't have one, it's not really that big of a deal. But you know, if you do, you can grab it and have it nearby. And then outside of that, that's it. You can go ahead and lie down. You know, if you have props that you like to use, like a block, or you know, something like that, that's always nice to have handy also. But yeah, nothing super specific. Okay, so make sure you feel comfortable lying on your back. So that may mean that you're bending your knees, or you know, up or out. You can have your legs out long, whatever feels better in your body right now. But just relax your shoulders, let your body soften. We'll take just a couple minutes here at the beginning of class to just settle in and come into the breath, kind of start to let go of the day. So with that in mind, taking a big breath through the nose, inhale. Just let the body fill with the breath all the way up to the top, taking as much breath as you can, and just hold it briefly. Try and relax as you hold. And open your mouth and release it. Exhale. Just let the breath pour out, soften. Do that again. Inhale through your nose. And again, letting the body expand. Let the belly lift, fill the ribs. Breathe right up to the top. Hold and soften. And again, big exhale out through the mouth. Releasing the breath, let it go. And we'll do that one more time. Inhaling through the nose. Filling up, filling all the way up, holding the breath at the top. Pausing, holding, maybe sipping a little bit more, see if you can. And we'll hold on to that just a little bit longer. And then release it, exhale. Allowing the body to soften, the mind to soften, right, coming into your body. Start to breathe in and out through the nose. Smooth it out. Find a comfortable pace with the breath, but maybe just encouraging the breath to be a little bit longer than you would naturally have. Just a little bit longer on the inhale. A little bit longer on the exhale. Smooth and steady. In and out through the nose. And so as you're just here, lying, breathing, right, it's pretty easy, not too strenuous in the body. Just see if you can allow the attention to just rest on your breath. The sound of it, the feeling of it. And then, you know, maybe the most important moment of all is just noticing when the mind wanders away from the breath. Right, notice, and you can notice where the mind wanders off to, certainly. And then pulling the attention back. Just gently bringing the attention back to the breath. Coming into this moment, right here, right now. The only thing we have for sure, right? We got this. There's no other guarantee. experiencing this moment fully. I notice if there's other sounds besides the breath, right? Any other sounds in the house, the room, right? Maybe you hear sounds from outside. Any sensations in the body, notice. Maybe it's just the pressure of your body against the floor. Or if your hands are on your belly or your chest, or maybe your feet or your knees are touching. Maybe you can feel a slight breeze on your skin. What do you notice? Maybe there's some smells in the air, maybe, lingering from dinner or whatever it might be. Again, just noticing what's present, what's in this moment. There's so much in each moment. Right? Moment to moment, we get so caught up in the story of the mind. So just noticing, without the eyes even open, just noticing all the things. And gently just beginning to move, wiggling the fingers and the toes, circling the wrists and the ankles. Just feeling the feels, right? Feel the feels in the body. Stretch the arms overhead. Stretch the legs nice and long. All right, just again, noticing. Do you want to lean a little bit? Like, feel it out. And then coming into the fetal position, hugging your knees into your chest. Give them a gentle squeeze. Feel free to add a little rocking side to side. So just noticing how your back feels, how your hips, your knees. You bring the legs over to the left. Peel open, reach the right arm, turn the gaze. Just allowing the body to open into the stretch. Noticing all the different sensations. What's the strongest sensation you feel in the body right now as you're here in this twist? Right, and so then, take that feeling of stretch or whatever you're feeling right now and just notice how far out into the body do you feel it? If you're feeling a stretch in your lower back, maybe that's the strongest place, but how far does that sensation travel up your back or down, into the hips, the glutes? You feel it down into your hamstring. Maybe the stretch in your chest goes out into your fingertips. Come back to center. So those stretches will all soften and we'll take it to the other side. So notice how it feels on side two. Right, let the legs just drop down towards the floor, be heavy. And peel open, let the shoulder melt down towards the floor. Just feel out the stretches. Right, just, minimal effort. And then on this side, notice, right, what do you feel here? What's the strongest sensation? And then, follow that. How far out into the body does it go? Or how far out to the edges? Really, everything's connected. It's all connected. So just noticing the difference between the two sides. Last breath here. Come up to center, knees to the middle. Okay, let's take a quick hamstring stretch. Reach the heels up. Hold on to the backs of the legs. Quick stretch. Turning the toes out, open it up. Quick stretch here, legs out wide. Just say hello to the inner thighs. Maybe still here to your hamstring. Right back together. Okay, let's hug the knees. We'll come up to seated for a couple minutes, I guess. Back and forth. Come on up. If you like, you can sit up on a blanket or a block or a cushion of some kind. But let's come to sit. Just take a moment here, find a comfortable seat, and we'll reach up on the inhale, stretch the arms out and up. Exhale, pull the hands through center, bringing the hands to the heart, dropping the gaze to the fingertips. Maybe you close your eyes. Set an intention for your practice tonight. And try and just stay here, right? Stay in the body, stay with the breath. The mind is filled with stories, right? So many stories, which is fine, right? But we're going to try and just notice them for what they are and just really be present. All right, take a big full inhale. And release the breath, sigh it out, exhale. All right, let's sweep the arms out and up. Feel free to keep the eyes closed or open them at any time. Lean over to the right. Oh, stretch out the left side. Just a couple breaths here, waking things up. Come up to the middle, take an inhale, and exhale it over the other way. Oh, stretch. All right, back to center. Reach both arms up, big stretch, inhale. And exhale, arms come down. Let's switch the legs. We put the other shin in front or on top. Interlace the fingers behind you. Reach the knuckles back and down and just stretch the chest open. You can move the hands away from you as much as you like. Right? It'll just give you a little more stretch in the shoulders. Scoop the heart up to the ceiling. Right? Lift the chest, lift the sternum. Maybe the head drops back. Maybe the chin comes down towards the chest. See how that feels. Let's release this and just switch the interlace. We're going to do it one more time. So we're softening. Put the other thumb on top, the other pinky under. And one more time, reach back and away. And again, lifting the chest up, maybe lifting the chin up, maybe dropping the chin down. Feel free to turn the head a little bit side to side. Just see how your neck feels. All right, gently release. Okay, give the shoulders a quick shake. Let's come on to hands and knees. All right, find a tabletop position. Let's just do a couple of quick rounds of cat-cow. So stacking the wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Inhale, lift the chest. Stretch the belly. Exhale, rounding the spine, pressing the floor away with the hands. Inhale, draw the heart forward. And exhale to round. Again, like that, inhaling forward. And exhaling into your cat pose, tail under. All right, come back to center. Right, find what feels like a neutral or kind of centered spine. Keep a hugging in with the lower belly. Right, bring the knees a little bit closer together and let's send the right leg straight back behind us. Right, keep a nice steady, smooth Ujjayi breath. Right, we're gonna peel open, reach the right arm up to the sky. Press through the left hand. Right, whole hand pressing, spin that inner elbow forward. Reach through the lifted heel. Keep the heel hip high, right? Tailbone lengthening down, right? Breathe. Nice and easy, just slowly. And maybe it helps to look down. See if you can start to pick your left foot up off the floor, right? So just playing with the balance here. Try and float the foot. Take one more breath. Bring your foot back down, bring your hand down and your knee down so you're back in your tabletop position. All right, let's try that on the other side. So just a little bit of balancing here. Send the left leg back. So for now, we can keep the right foot on the floor, peel open. All right, reach the left arm up. Rib tips hugging in, right? So you feel some engaging in the belly. Keep the lifted leg nice and lifted. Right, lengthen the tailbone out through the heel. I think it helps to look down, right? See if you can slowly start to float your right foot off the floor. So you're just kind of balancing on your knee and your hand. Try not to let your left leg sag. Take one more breath with your foot lifted. I know. Bring it down, bring the hand down, bring the knee down. All right, just take a second, sit back, relax your shoulders, relax your wrists. Okay. So it's kind of like artisan drasana on your shin. So let's come up and we'll do a little variation on that theme. Send your right leg back. Keep the outer right hip down this time, and let's send the left hand forward. Right, so the challenge is keeping the lifted leg lifted, because of course gravity the whole time is going to pull it down towards the floor. So keep pressing the right leg to the sky without peeling the hip open. Can you drop the outer right hip down and press the leg to the ceiling at the same time? Can you lift through the low belly? Then maybe lift the left arm a little higher. Try and get the arm by your ear. Gaze slightly forward, and then check in with your breath. Right, how's the breath? Notice if your mind is spinning some story, can you let that go? Take one more breath here, reach long, inhale. Exhale, squeeze into a ball. Squeeze it in and round. Oh, that feels good. Inhale, reach it out. Again, like that, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, stretch. One more time, curl into a little ball. Inhale, reach it long, hold, float the left foot, just for fun. One more breath, and bring it down. Woo, hand down, knee down, take a moment. All right, notice the difference between your two sides. All right, we're coming back up, of course, to do the other side. So tabletop, left leg straight back. And again, the fun will be trying to keep that leg lifted up in the air. Reach the right hand forward. Right, spin the inner left arm, the standing arm, wrap it forward. Right, so you feel the tricep hug back and in. Right, belly to the spine. Think about, really pulling your belly button to your spine as if that was something you could actually do. Right, pull it in. How's your breath? Right, keep the lifted leg lifted. Try and lift the arm a little higher. Take another breath here. Press through the bottom hand. Take an inhale. Then exhale, pull it in. Squeeze into a ball around the spine. Inhale, stretch it out. Do that again. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Do one more like that. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, get long. Hold briefly. Just float the left foot, right foot. Float your right foot off the floor. Hug the belly in. Take one more breath, balance. And come on down. Bring the hand down, bring the knee down. Sit back for a second, relax your shoulders. Soften the low back. Okay. Let's do downward facing dog. Walk the hands forward, tuck your toes, come on in. So as you stretch back, if you want to pedal out the heels a time or two, shake out your head, feel free to do all that stuff. Sigh the breath out. Steady your down dog. And steady the body, steady the breath. Just a couple more breaths right here. And slowly forward to plank. Inhaling forward. Let's take about 5 breaths here. Tailbone under. Right, so that same hugging of the belly to the spine. Even a feeling of the low belly, right, pulling in. Yeah, support the lower back. Send the heart forward. Take one more breath. Then back to down dog. Lift the hips up and back. All right, it's a relief to not be in plank. Try not to get too caught up in the stories about it. Just come into the Ujjayi breath. Notice the sensations, right? But try and resist the story. Come back to plank. Inhale forward. Hover here again, right? Your abs, hopefully working. Draw the shoulders away from your ears and then lean in, right? Lean forward, take an inhale. Lower to the floor as you exhale. Bend the elbows, come all the way down. Lie on your belly. Reach back for Shalavasana, hands back by your hips. Curl the tailbone under, lift up. Oh, stretch the chest. Exhale, come on down. Again, pubic bone to the floor. Press the thighs away from the mat and lift your chest. Reach the fingertips back. Come on down, exhale. Interlace the fingers. Lifting the front of the shoulders. Reach the knuckles back, lift the chest, lift the legs. Right, keep breathing. Press the thighs up a little higher. Come on down. Switch the interlace. Tailbone under. Here we go. Come up again. Lift the chest. Press the thighs up. Right, check in with your breath. Could something soften maybe? Take one last breath here. Lift those legs. Inhale. Exhale. Come on down. A moment to soften. Waggle the hips. Okay. Plant your palms by your ribs. Tuck in the toes. Curl the tailbone under. Take an inhale. On your exhale, press the floor away. Come to plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right. Smooth out the Ujjayi breath. Good. Take one more breath. Press back. On your next inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk or float your feet to your hands. Lift the chest up halfway, lengthen forward, Ardha. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, lift all the way up. Reach, exhaling, hands to the heart. Let's keep going. Hands down, palms out. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, bend your knees, hands down. Step the right foot back. Big step. Drop the back knee. Flatten the foot. Lift up, Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Bend a little deeper into that front knee. Find some more stretch. And then release it, hands down. Tuck the back toes, lift the knees, step to plank. Hold it here. Tailbone long. Bring your right forearm to the floor. Bring the big toes to touch. Let's spin to the pinky edge of the right foot. So we're in a forearm Vashisthasana. Reach the left arm up. Right, press your right shoulder blade onto your back ribs and open the chest. Right, maybe look up. Inhale. Bring the left forearm down to the floor. Come to forearm plank. Hold it here. Abs, right? Abs. Shoulders over the elbows. One more breath. To Sphinx, so drop your knees. Flatten your feet, bring the hips down. Lift the chest up. Oh, stretch the belly. Okay, come on down. Take a moment to soften. Little waggle of the hips. All right, we'll do Sphinx again. Elbows under. Hands about, if you can, shoulder distance apart. Right, lift the chest. Draw the heart forward. Mount the pubic bone down. Or could you soften something in your face? Take one more inhale. And exhale, lower down. Let your back relax. Soften. Feel free to waggle the hips or do any kind of, decompressing movement that might help. We're coming back to forearm plank. So again, elbows under the shoulders, hands shoulder distance. Tuck your toes. Peel yourself off the floor, back to forearm plank. All right, we'll lean to the left to plant the right hand. Press yourself back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lift to down dog. Take a breath. Send your right leg up into the air. Turn the toes out, lift your hip, bend your knee. Oh. Take a stretch. Sink the heel, your left heel that is. Right, then straighten your right leg, square the hips off. Keep the right leg lifted. Right, press the left thigh back, hug the rib tips in. Shift your gaze forward, but stay in down dog. Look forward, lean into your right hand, get up on your left fingertips. We're gonna really reach with the lifted leg, looking forward, see if you can float your left hand up off the floor. Right, breathe. One more breath. Okay. Hand down, bend the right knee, pull it forward, step through. Back knee down. Flatten the foot, press it, Anjaneyasana. Lift up. Lengthen the tailbone down, maybe bend a little deeper if you want more stretch. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands down. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, step forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, firm the glutes, lift up. Let's just fold right back down. Exhale, spread the wings, empty the breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, hands down, left foot steps back. Again, Anjaneyasana, back knee down. Flatten the foot, come up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, Anjaneyasana twist. Left hand to the floor, right arm reaching up. Right, lift up out of the bottom shoulder. Take an inhale. Bring the top hand down as you exhale. Tuck the back toes, lift the knees, step to plank. So if you recall, you need to do a forearm plank on the other side. So let's bring the left forearm down onto the floor. Slide your hand forward, tuck your elbow under your shoulder. Big toes touch, sprint to the pinky edge of your left foot, reach the right arm up into the air. Use your left shoulder blade, right, firm it on the ribs to help you open the chest and make you look up. Whoa. Take one more breath. Left right forearm down, forearm plank. Right tailbone under. Lift the belly. Breathe. Look forward. Get your shoulders over your elbows. One more breath. Lower to Sphinx. Knees down. Hips down. Feet flat, chest up. Maybe elbows up off the floor. Oh, get a little deeper stretch. Scoop the heart forward. Use your shoulder blades. Oh, and come on down. Oh, take a breath, soften. And again, feel free to waggle the hips or anything like that. And we'll do that one more time. So as much of a back bend as you feel like doing as your body wants you to do. Elbows under. Press the palms. Scoop the heart forward and up. Maybe peeling the elbows up, but shoulders are down. Right down and the heart comes through. Oh, stretch the belly. Press the tops of your feet. Take an inhale. And all the way down. Exhale. Waggle your hips. Soften here. All right, back to forearm plank, of course. Elbows under. Tuck the toes. Right, use your abs. Pull the belly in, ribs in, peel the knees, the hips up. All right, so back to plank. Lean into the left forearm, plant your right hand. No, I take that back. Come back down. Go the other way. Lean into your right forearm, plant your left hand. This is what we're doing. And then press yourself back up to plank. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right. Glad I caught that, or we would have been walking in circles. Okay. Let's do the other side. So the left leg up into the air. Turn the toes out, lift the hip, bend the knee. Enjoy the stretch for a breath or two. Right, sink the right heel down. All right. Straighten your leg, square the hips, press back, right? The more you use the lifted leg, the easier the balance is going to be. So shifting your gaze forward, come up onto your right fingertips, right? Hug the belly in, reach the left foot back, and see if it's possible to float your right hand up off the floor, right? Just breathe and balance, or try to anyway. All right, awesome. Bring your hand down, pull the left knee forward, 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 step through, back knee down, Anjaneyasana, come on up. Lift the chest, reach up, inhale. Exhale, hand to the floor, come into the twist. Right hand down, left arm reaching, gazing up. All right, bring that hand down. Tuck the back toes, lift the knees, step forward. Top of the mat, inhale. Exhale, fold in, inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a breath, inhale. And just sigh it out. Release the hands down. Okay, let's do a sun salute. Surya Namaskar A. Turn the palms out. Inhale. Exhale, up and over. Fold in. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, hands down. You can keep stepping back, or if you like, jump it back. This time, if you can, chaturanga or lower to the floor. Bend the elbows. Maybe up dog. Stay lifted. Lift the chest. Exhale. Peel back. If up dog feels like too much, let the hips and thighs land on the floor. And you can do cobra pose. So we're just holding down dog. Right, straight, strong arms. Fire up the legs. Right, press the thighs back. It's possible to be here with the thighs kind of soft. So lift the kneecaps and press the thighs back. Shift your gaze forward as you inhale. Exhale. Lift the heels, bend the knees, walk or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, firm the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands through the midline. Let's do that one more time. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, hands down. Heart stays forward, feet go back. Right, don't let your head travel back as you jump your feet back. Maybe chaturanga or the floor, but you can do cobra pose or lift up into upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 more breaths here. Are you using your legs? Right, press evenly through the hands. Reach your hips up and back. Last inhale. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Walk forward, jump forward. Bring your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale, Ardha. Exhale, fold. Inhale, firm the glutes, come all the way up. Exhaling, hands to heart. All right, take a breath. Release the hands down, take an inhale. Exhale, bend deeply. Try and touch the floor. Nice big bend in the knees. Keep the bend, reach the arms, lift the chest, maybe lifting the gaze up. right? So take a couple of breaths here. Soften the shoulder blades away from your neck, right? Just melt them down, right? Then sit back into the heels a little bit. Firm the glutes. And slowly peeling the chest up. Can you press the upper arms back a bit? Hug the ribs in. Take another breath. Inhale. And fold in half. Exhale. Lift the chest halfway up. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, hands are down again, stepping back, floating back. Take a vinyasa. Maybe you go straight to down dog. We haven't discussed this, but child's pose is always there for you as you need it, of course. All right, send your right leg up into the air. Inhale, straight back and up. Exhale your knee to your nose, squeeze and round, flip the foot. Inhale, reach the leg up and back. So again, knee to your nose, squeeze into a little ball. Inhale, reach the leg up and back. Do that one more time. Squeeze and round, squeeze. Step your foot between your hands. Just keep going forward. Warrior one. Back heel down. Inhale, rise. Whew. Right, squaring off towards the top of your mat. Right, bend into the front knee as you lift the hip bones up. Right, so that's kind of the challenge is, can I bend and lift at the same time? And then can I get that back leg really straight? Right, because for me too, as many times as I've done this, if I don't think about it, my back knee will just kind of be lazy back there. Right, so straight back leg. Press the upper arms back, hug the rib tips in. And then can you get the left side to go forward? Right, square off towards the top of your mat. Smooth out your breath. Notice the stories. Right, just let all that stuff go. One more inhale. Exhale, the hands come down. Pause for a moment here. Step the back foot in a little bit. About a third of the way. Point the toes a little more forward. Begin to straighten the legs. Hands to your hips. Let's lift the chest. Come up. All right, we're going to come into the hidden prayer. Paschimana Namaskar. Turn the thumbs down. Tuck the hands in behind you. And just see if it's possible to press the palms, which they may or may not want to do. So just see. If not, make fists and press your knuckles in or come back to interlacing the hands behind you. All right, press into the back heel, straighten the back leg. Right, square off to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, go forward. Forward, forward. Out into the fold. So breathe here for a few breaths. Lengthen the outer right hip back. And then lengthen down the front of the right leg. Pour your heart towards your right big toe. How's your breath? Is it possible to melt in a little more and lift the fronts of your shoulders up away from the floor? Take one last breath here. Big stretch. Press into the back foot. Inhale, slowly up. Lengthen the right hip back as you come up. For a moment, just keep on keeping on with the hands. Send the tailbone down, lift the chest up. Let the shoulder heads move back. Right, it's like you're trying to come into a back bend here. Take another breath, the crown of the head lengthening back. And then slowly lift up. Easy with your balance, right? Release the arms, sweep them out and up, reach overhead, inhale. Bend the front knee, bring your hands to the floor as you exhale, we'll step back. Step back. Find your plank pose, any vinyasa, right? You can knees, chest, chin, right, if you want to. If you have the energy to chaturanga, upward facing dog, do it. If you need a little less, modify this however you need to. Back to down dog. Okay, left leg straight back up. Lengthen the outer right hip back. Inhale. Exhale, knee to your nose. Hug it in, round. Inhale, reach it up and back.
Exhale, squeeze. Shift forward, right shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, reach. One more time. Forward, round, hold. Look forward, pull the foot through, step between the hands, drop the back heel. Back foot points slightly forward. Come on up. Not onto the heels. Warrior one. Lengthen the outer left hip back. All right, press through the back heel. The back leg just wants to kind of do weird things that we don't necessarily want it to do. So keep some attention into the back heel, right? Pressing the back heel into the floor, straightening the back leg, and then lifting the hip bones up, right? Because as we lift up, it can tend to bend the knees. So we straighten and lift and find that big stretch. All right, keep the shoulders off your neck. Hug the tips of the ribs in. And just check in with the arms. Can you press the arms back a bit? You open up the stretch in the chest and the shoulders. Whoa, breathe. Where does the mind go? Just release the stories. Right, notice that they're happening and let them go and breathe. One more inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands down. Whew, we'll step the back foot a little closer. Just gonna kind of center myself a little bit better on my mat. Okay, back heel down. Your back foot pointing almost straight ahead. Hands to your hips. Let's come up. So we're trying to have, kind of reasonable space between the front and the back. So we want to feel a good stretch in the hamstring. So depending on how flexible you are, more flexible, bigger space, right? Because we want to get a little lengthening back there. Okay, one more time, head in prayer, thumbs down. So if you're getting the press, kind of pull your hands up a little higher and see if you can sort of tuck in from under your armpits and then trying to press the palms again. Or making knuckles, making fists and pressing your knuckles. Or, just get close to this. It's okay if your palms don't come together. If the index fingers don't come together, it's fine. Just get as close as you can. Right, hug the ribs in. Squeeze your glutes. Lift the heart so we get nice and wide across the chest. Start now, the shoulder head's coming back. A little baby back bend. Inhale. Exhale, straight ahead. Go forward. Pin that left hip back and fold in. Oh. Nice big stretch to the back of the left leg. Notice where you feel the stretch. Of course, your hamstring, I would assume anyway, but where else? Do you feel the stretch in your glute, your lower back? Can you lift the fronts of your shoulders? Can you spread the collarbones? Right, lengthen towards your left big toe. Take another breath here. Hopefully you are breathing. Right, notice if you're holding your breath and stop doing that. Right, press into your back foot. Inhale, lift up. Right, keep breathing. Take your time. Right, stand up tall. And then slowly just lifting the heart up to the sky. Right, lifting the heart up to the sky. Let your shoulders get heavy into gravity. Right, and then lengthen through the crown of your head, back and away. Find a little bit more of a back bend. Woo! Take your time. Slowly stand back up. Oh my goodness. Release the arms. Right, reach out and up. Take that big stretch up. Inhale. And exhale. Bending the front knee. Oh, hands come down. Step on back. Whew, the vinyasa will feel good. Right, just get into the breath. Move your body, side out, shake your head out. All right, downward facing dog. Stretch back. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, float, feet to hands, halfway lift, inhale, fold, exhale, Utkatasana. Bend and reach. Okay. Here comes the fun part, you guys. All right, from your chair pose, I'm gonna turn to face you, but you can just stay how you are at the top of your mat, but just so you can see what I'm doing. All right, we're gonna stand into tree pose. Stand on your right leg, pick your left foot up. So left foot lifts, right, and just wherever it goes, try not to use your hands, resist the urge. Press your foot into your leg into your foot. Right, yeah, I know. All right, bring the knee forward. Right, bend your right knee and send your left leg back, crescent pose. Right, so you're just on the back of your mat with the back foot. Find the pose, lift the chest, draw the upper arms back by your ears, hug the ribs in. Oh, good, you guys. All right, smooth and steady. Hands to your heart. All right, we're gonna kind of sort of come back to where we just were and then step back into crescent pose a couple of times. So bend the back knee and then step forward, lift the left knee up out in front. And then step back into your crescent pose. Bend the back knee and step up again. We're gonna do that one more time. Bend, bend, step up. All right, so this is where you can grab your knee, grab any part of your leg. If you want to try hooking your left big toe, bring your right hand to your hip, or you grab your strap and wrap it around your foot. Extend your left leg out in front of you. Or maybe you're holding your knee, right? This is fine. Hold on to your shin, or your calf, I guess, really. Oh, good. Breathe. Slowly bring your left leg out to the left. Keep the left hip under. Reach the right arm. Breathe. Firm the outer right hip in. It's okay if you fall, just come back, it's fine. Right, if you want to try turning your gaze to look at your right thumb, go for it. Whoa. Slowly back to center. Bring the right leg forward. Release the foot, reach the arms. You guys are gonna love this. Swing the right leg back. Come forward for a moment, warrior three. I promise not long. I know your glutes on fire. Fingertips to the floor. I kind of fell, but if you can be graceful, let's do that. Lengthen the outer right hip back. Right, send your heart forward. And then energize that lifted leg again. Right, can we lift it up? Let's come into the twisting Ardha Chandrasana. Reach the right arm straight out to the right and slowly peel it open. Oh my goodness. Woo! Maybe looking up to see your top thumb up there. Take one more breath. Slowly, top hand down. Bend the right knee. Land the left foot back into your lunge. So take a moment, right? Plant the left hand. Turn the right toes out to the right and just roll open. Spin to the pinky edge of your left foot. Let your right knee just drop open out to the side. So right now you're letting your left hip kind of dip down. You're on your left hand. Okay, so start to press into the pinky edge of your back foot and lift that hip up. If you need to, I feel like I'm a little wide. I'm gonna pull my foot a bit closer. Now, consider grabbing your right big toe, right? Pull the knee in and maybe Vashisthasana. Kick it up, right? You don't have to do that. You can do it without holding onto your foot. And then bring that, let go of your foot. Bring your right hand down. Come into plank, take a vinyasa. Maybe you rest for a breath or two in child's pose. See how you feel, catch your breath, whatever you need. Have a moment. Sorry, here. Make your way to downward facing dog. We'll meet there. Big breath. And maybe you slide it out, maybe you shake your head out. Right, just smooth it out. Remember that nice steady breath that we cultivated at the beginning of class. So if you can come back to that right now. Right, in through the nose. Out through the nose. All right. Stretch back. Reach the hips up and back, get nice and long. Inhale. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, hop, feet to hands. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, fold in. All right, here we go. Bend your knees. Utkatasana, the chair pose. All right, so if you recall, that's how we started that whole thing. So same thing, side two. If you can, arms stay overhead. If your shoulders start to get tired, you can always bring your hands to your heart. So let's stand on the left foot this time. Pick the right foot up, and it just goes wherever it goes. Doesn't matter. All right, press your foot into your leg and your leg into your foot. As you feel that tension there. Firm the outer right hip in. That's your left hip. Sorry, your outer left hip in. Make sure you're breathing. Don't hold your breath. Good. One more breath, that is. And slowly bring the knee to center. We'll bend the left knee, step the right foot all the way back, crescent pose. Yeah. Belly in, right, find the pose. Lift the chest. Press the upper arms back. Right, the heart lifting to the sky. Look for a feeling of stretch at the front of the right hip. Right, keep trying to lengthen the tailbone down. Hug the ribs in. All right, slowly back up. Let's bring the hands to the heart. So kind of coming back to where we were a second ago, we're gonna come forward and lift the right knee up. So bend the right knee and just step, big step. Whoa. And step back. So of course, if you lose your balance, right, it's fine. You're okay. Do it again. Step up. And step back. Right, and just do it again. Step up. All right, hold this one here. Easier said than done. Maybe with your strap, maybe you hold your shin, maybe you hook your big toe. Right? If you can, extend the leg, your right leg out front, right? Breathe. Outer right hip down, outer left hip in. Standing nice and tall. It's okay. Just let it be whatever it is. Bring the leg out to the side. Whoa. Right, maybe you reach the left arm. Maybe you turn your gaze. Right, just see how that goes. Whoa. Whoa. Slowly back to center. Right, bring the leg to center. Right, we're gonna release it. And just for a moment, warrior three, because I know your outer left hip is probably screaming a little bit. So just find it for a second. Maybe you send the arms out wide, maybe overhead, and then fingertips to the floor. Oh, we're almost there. Lengthen the left hip back. Energize the right leg. Send your heart forward, reach your left arm straight out to the side. And slowly, slowly start to peel open. Right into the Ardha Chandrasana twist. Keep that back leg lifted. Breathe. Lengthen the heart forward. Take one more breath. Maybe look up. Then slowly bring the top hand down. We're coming into the lunge. Bend the left knee. Step the right foot back. Okay, so a moment. Plant the right hand. Coming onto the pinky edge of the back foot first, just release the right hip first. Left hip for a moment. Right. Smooth it out. All right, so our Vashisthasana arm, right? Pressing into the right hand. Start to lift your hips away from the floor. Look, I need to bring my back foot slightly closer, right? And then maybe you can hook the left big toe, right? Sweep the foot back, and maybe you just stay here. Maybe you kick the foot up into the air, coming into Vashisthasana, if you want to, right? Then when you're ready, let it go. Come through center, take the vinyasa, maybe a breath or two in the child's pose. Right, see how you feel. Smooth out the breath. I know. You got a little sweaty from that too. Right, feel free to sigh the breath out. But then right back to the Ujjayi breath. Right, steady inhale, steady exhale. Right, if you're not in child's pose,
Let's just take a breath or two there. Yeah, you're probably feeling your hips. Okay. So from here, let's come forward onto our bellies. Walk the hands forward, bring the legs back. So we're gonna do a couple rounds of Dhanurasana, back bend, bow pose. Right, do what you can. Try to enjoy the stretch. I know that there's a bit of work that is involved with this, but there's also a really delightful stretch. So see if you can, as you're doing this, find your breath and find a little bit of the sweetness that's here, because there is some sweetness in the middle of all the work that is Dhanurasana. Okay, so hopefully your shoulders are feeling pretty warm. We're gonna bend the knees, reach back, catch the feet or the ankles, curl the tailbone under. Try and keep the legs relatively close together. Kick your feet back, lift your chest up, and then try and peel your thighs away from the floor. Hug the knees in, right? Press the shins back, lift the knees up, take one more breath, inhale, and come on down, exhale. Release, take a breath. Soften, a little waggle of the hips. All right. Of course, we're gonna do that again. You can't just do one back bend. That would be silly. Okay, we're gonna do it again. So keep the legs close. You may find that they got a little wide, so bring them back. Bend, reach back. We're trying to catch the ankles, but if you can reach your feet, that's fine too. And if you reach your ankles, flex your feet. All right, press the pubic bone down, kick the feet back, lift the chest up. Right, really coil the spine in. And as you lift the legs, right, feel the stretch across your chest, your shoulders, right, press the pubic bone down, look for the stretch in the belly, the front of the hip, inhale, and come on down, exhale. Whew, I know. Whenever we're lifting up away from gravity, right, you just know that there's gonna be some work involved. Okay, one more, that's it. I promise, last big back bend. Okay, hug the legs in, reaching back, catching your feet, your ankles, flexing the feet, lift the shoulders, kick the feet back, peel the chest up, get the thighs off the floor. If you can, right, try. Peel the thighs up, hug the knees in, right, stretch your chest as you press your feet back, right, look for that big stretch. Take another breath, inhale, scoop the heart, exhale, come on down, oof. Feet to the floor, and then maybe you windshield wiper, bending the knees, just a little side to side. Softening the low back. All right, so a brief child's pose, settle the legs, and just press yourself back. Take your time. It's a pretty big counter pose to your back bend actually, so just take your time coming in. Let your back just round and soften. All right, slowly come up. So we're not gonna take a ton of time. And if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't think I have any energy left to do that, then you're gonna do the Paritta and put your legs up the wall or up on your sofa or a chair, or your calves can rest on something. If you have the space and the energy to kick up, we're just gonna take, I don't know, maybe like 2 minutes, not a long time, but just something upside down, right? Any kind of upside downy thing.
You can do the L shape with your feet on the wall and your hands on the floor, whatever you have the energy and the space for. So we'll just take a couple of minutes to do Yogi's Choice of upside down. And again, feel free to do something low key if you're feeling like your upper body is a little bit too tired to support your weight right now. What do I want to do? I think I'll do Panchamayasana. So your shoulders hopefully feel pretty warm anyway, so whatever inversion you like. And then, you know, just feel it out. Don't feel like you have to force anything. Make sure you're not holding your breath, right? Don't hold your breath. Very tempting when you're efforting to hold. So wrapping up your upside downiness, if you're not already done like last call, or if you want to kick up one more time or anything like that, now's the time. Because then we're going to just cool it down and stretch our hips. It'll be delightful. All right. So as you're ready, right, coming down from that, taking a moment, and then we're going to head right into a pigeon pose. So single pigeon if you can. If your body just doesn't agree with that, do a hip stretch that your body does like, right? Or if you have been doing a lot of single pigeon, do Sukhasana or double pigeon, or you can do something else. But if you're okay with single pigeon, and this isn't the hip stretch that you've done every class, the last 5 classes, let's come on in. So one shin forward, and the other leg back. Do your best to square yourself off towards the floor, towards the top of your mat, so that you're not sitting on your hip and kind of lifting the back hip away from the floor. But we're rather rolling it down, squaring off, like really sitting. And then just come on in. Right. Come into the fold. Use whatever props you need. It's really nice to be able to rest your forehead. So if you need to, you can use blocks, you can use your hands, right? If you can get all the way down to the floor, do that, whatever works for your body right now. So we're just gonna slow it down. Slow it down. Slow down the breath, smooth it out. Right, if the mind is getting kind of busy with thoughts about, whatever, see if you can just come back into the breath, come back into the body, right? Use the breath to just quiet the mind, right? Quiet the body, lengthen your breath. Make the inhale a little bit longer. Make the exhale longer. See if you can get your exhale to be longer than your inhale. And not that you're trying to cut off the inhale, but just to lengthen your exhale. Play with that. Take 5 more breaths, just like that, right here. And each time you exhale,
Each time you exhale, see if you can use that exhale to sink in a little deeper. And if you're already at your maximum, then just try and relax. Notice if the jaw is clenching, the eyes are tight, or just relax all of that. 2 more breaths. Last big breath here. And then slowly, slowly, pretend like you don't want to. Make your way out of this stretch. Now, you can kick the front leg back into your downward facing dog, or if you're like, oh, why would I do that? Just swing the back leg forward, right? That's fine too. Whatever makes more sense for you right now. And then the back leg, of course, becomes the front leg. And then you can just lean forward and kick that front leg back. So now it's the back leg. And then same thing, right? Trying to square off to the floor. Dropping the outer hip on the back leg down, right? So you're really, the back leg facing the floor. Take your time, appreciating the difference between your 2 sides. They are very likely not the same. The differences may be subtle, they may be quite apparent, but, just honoring the difference, noticing the difference. As you get back out into the stretch on this side, right, we're doing the same thing. Breathing, long, steady breath, right? Softening any excess clenching or gripping in the body. Anywhere that we don't need it, let it go. Just try and release it. And notice that it's a process, right? Because you may soften something, and then as you kind of make your way back around, you find that as you get back to it, it's kind of clenching again. And so just keep relaxing your jaw or your hip or your shoulders or whatever it is. The process. And if the mind starts to wander, just pull it back, use the breath. How long is your exhale? Is it longer than your inhale? Pay attention. My son and I were watching this thing earlier where they're glass blowing. And the temperatures are so hot and the glass is, kind of drippy and it's so precise and they're making this really elaborate thing. And, and I'm looking at that and, we're talking, I'm like, that you have to pay attention, right? The whole time you have to be so dialed in because there's so many things, and it's just so moment to moment. I'm like, what a great meditative, activity, right? You have to pay attention the whole time. So it's more challenging to pay attention here. This is pretty easy. It's pretty low key. Let's take the last couple of breaths here. Oh. Last breath. Releasing fully the exhale. And as you're ready, gently coming out, up and out, I guess I should say. Oh my goodness. So feel free to down dog if you like, it's totally fine. If you're swinging the back leg forward, go ahead and do that. We're gonna lie on our backs. So as you're ready, if you're in down dog, just come down on your knees and let's kind of lie down. Hug the knees in. Let the background just soften. So we're going to take a gentle twist, and maybe it's the very twist that we did at the beginning of class. We're not trying to, break any twisting records, so we're just doing something that's relatively low key. If you want to add across of the legs, a slightly deeper twist, let's bring the right thigh on top of the left. And then the legs will just drop over to the left. We'll reach the right arm out to the right and just gently peel open. So again, just noticing the stretch, noticing the sensations, allowing the body to just melt here. No effort, no effort. Add props if you need to support yourself so you can relax. All right, maybe uncross to bring the legs back to center. It's a little easier on the lower back. And then cross the other way. If you're crossing, if you don't have to cross your legs. So if you're crossing, cross the left on top of right. And then legs over to the right and peel the chest open to the left. Reach to the left arm. Maybe turning the gaze. Do your best to just release any efforting and soften. We're right around the corner from Shavasana, so think about that. Right? Really cultivating some of that ease, that surrender. And gently unraveling the legs. Coming back to center. So now it's yogi's choice of whatever you want to do before you take Shavasana. So maybe that's a happy baby, which is always nice. You can kick out through the heels, maybe bring the legs together and stretch like we did at the very beginning of class. And then, right when you're like, that's it, I don't want to do anything else, I am done. Cool, perfect timing. Let's take Shavasana. So you can extend the legs, extend the arms. Right, take up as much space as you need to be comfortable. You are not confined to your mat. Right, I kind of like to have my feet just outside my mat and my arms kind of wide, but see what feels good for you. Because maybe being closer together feels better. I don't know, what's going on in your body today. If you're feeling a little, kind of not grounded, if you're feeling a little like your mind is busy and it's hard to concentrate and, these kinds of symptoms, maybe your stomach is upset. You can put a blanket or a pillow or anything that has a little bit of weight on your hips and your belly. It doesn't have to be heavy. You just want to be able to feel it, So just use a yoga blanket and you just put it across and it's very grounding. At least it can be. I don't want to, presume that it'll be grounding. But feel free to give that a try. It's just a nutty time and the heat doesn't help. So if you just want to feel a little more settled, just try putting something across your hips or belly. Just allow yourself to soften. Let your body rest. Eyes closed, eyes heavy. The whole body relaxing. The whole body resting. Shavasana. so slowly, gently. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And maybe you take an easy stretch. Reach the arms overhead. Stretch the legs. When you're ready, we'll hug the knees into the chest. One last gentle squeeze. And rolling softly onto the right side. Take a moment here and just enjoy this easy feeling of Shavasana. Let it linger. Or you can just finish out the rest of your evening like this. Let's come up to seated. So just press the floor away. Come on up. Take a moment to just pause as you come to sit. Close your eyes and just notice how you feel. Appreciate this beautiful practice and all the goodness it brings, right? Just notice how you feel. Notice the shift from when you came onto your mat to how you feel right now. All right. Bringing the palms to press at the heart. Inhale, lifting the heart to the hands. Exhale, bowing in. In gratitude, as always, grateful for this practice. Grateful that it's made its way into our lives and for all the joy, all the goodness that it brings. All right, what else? What are you grateful for? But really allowing this feeling of gratitude to infuse the heart, right? It's such a simple, sweet way to bring some joy into your day. Thank you for joining me for practice. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, a great week. Namaste. Namaste, you guys. All right, yay. Thank you so much. Nice to have all of you here.
Thank you, Christine.
Joe, you're welcome.
Good night.
Welcome, Rachel. Yeah, good night.
Thanks.
Hey, Tony, you're welcome. Hey, Joe. Good to see you finally. I know, we did it.
How's Washington?
Oh, it was great. Night, Beam. We had such a good time. It was so fun. It was good to finally see Maya, her pregnant belly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because
How
it's
far
the
along?
first seen her since she's been pregnant. So,
How far along?
she's due in October. So she's like 28, almost 29 weeks now.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Getting
yeah.
my charger. I got the little battery.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. I got 2 more weeks. Our girlie has 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks. That's so exciting. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I
It
can't.
just, it just sucks because we're on quarantine. And
I know. And you
Yeah.
can't do like all the normal things.
yeah, people can't come visit or no one could come into the hospital or anything like that. So
I know, right? It's kind of a bummer.
yeah.
Crazy times.
Yeah. But at least we're healthy, which is good.
Yeah, that's the important thing. I know with Maya too, like everybody's doing well and like that's the main thing. So we're glad for that. And yeah, she's thinking about doing a home birth actually.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so we'll see. Cause she's like, I don't know if I even want to go to the hospital. I'm like, well, you're young, you're healthy. Like, I don't know, you're probably fine. And she's a midwife. So
Yeah. We were thinking of doing that, but then girlie's age and stuff, there's complications. So
yeah, you know, safe than sorry for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, she's 23, you know, it's like if anyone can do it, like she's in that group.
Totally. So,
Yeah. All right,
yeah.
good. We'll give Girly my best.
I will.
So excited for you guys and hopefully I'll see you before the baby.
Yeah. All right. Have a good
All
week.
right. You too.
Bye.
Bye.